1, 2, it's garbage songs. Whoa, it's garbage songs. Woo. Yeah, it's garbage songs. You kick it off and help out with the words, and we'll make the worst songs that you've ever heard. Ooh, it's garbage songs. Whoa, it's garbage songs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, it's garbage songs.
Hello and welcome to Garbage Songs at 420. I guess it's a little after 420 now.
Welcome back. Welcome indeed.
A show in which you give us 4 perfect suggestions and we make 4 garbage songs, and there will be 1 garbage song to reign supreme. And during the song, it's not over because you got to help us out with rhymes, because we're going to be struggling trying to think of them on the spot and sometimes failing.
That's right. Why bother to do it live if we don't desperately need your help while we're actually doing it in the moment?
It's the show we do exactly the same every week, except this week because it's the Garbage Songs Season 1 finale. And we're going to improvise some songs, but we're not going to make one into a music video.
Yeah.
As far as we know,
I
maybe
love
it'll be a
calling
really
this a
good
season.
one. Maybe we'll change our minds.
That ups the pressure to make them great right now, along with you.
So last week we took 4 suggestions. The one that was voted the best, or the best improvised song last week, the suggestion was "Dying Bananas." And so we're very proud to premiere for you. We just went live on our second channel, Gregory Brothers. We are very proud to premiere for you just a little taste, a sneak peek of the song "Brown Bananas." Flying to the moon, but it's cheese.
Yes, Hallie, I'm still enamored. The suggestion of Dying Bananas. They have such a short window, but I don't know that there are any songs about bananas having such a short shelf life. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I was gonna break up with her the next day. I didn't like her at all. I couldn't even remember when I started dating her. But in the morning when I woke up, I saw something I couldn't believe. She was eating this banana, was really overripe. That's when I knew she was the girl for me. 'Cause I like bananas that are green. We were the perfect banana eating team. And right there in the kitchen I got down on one knee. Brown bananas, I can't stand them. Whether I'm in Montana or I'm down in Atlanta. We all know that there's only 1 hour that bananas hit the sweet spot, and they're perfectly ripe. We put a man on the moon. We crossed a fork with a spoon. Why can't we expand bananas right in this time slot? Fruit scientists unite. Help me and make all bananas green. Hatred of mushy bananas got the best of me. I'm trapped in a loveless marriage to Doreen. At the time it seemed like a pretty good scheme. Brown bananas, I can't stand them. Rather go in the slammer than eat a factory banana. Propaganda will make go extinct, I'll show. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna extravaganza. Brown bananas take a memoranda, Amanda, da-da.
Oh, Louisiana. How did we miss Louisiana?
There's too many states and places that end in Anna. Just at some point, that just became a thing that everybody was doing when they're naming places.
That is true. I don't think Louisiana was like totally off our radar. I think it was in a list of words.
Like Alabama was on the radar, and we just didn't put it in there.
Alabama, Montana. It's like you can't. it's kind of dumb if you just list like 4 states in a row. Like you got to have some level of variety.
Yeah, you know, I feel no guilt because we got enough geographical jokes, and then we moved on to other jokes. Now, if you're extending the song, you can have like, you know that famous, the old Animaniacs song that's big on YouTube of Yakko singing all the countries? If you have just an extended version of that, then you can be singing them all. Well, Alabama, Louisiana, Montana.
What we should do is just imagine that, I mean, we cut away from the video, but the video ends with just a long fade, as it should, with a bunch of Anna rhymes. Just imagine that Louisiana is in there, you know? That like 20 seconds after the song ends, as we just continue to sing all of the Anna rhymes that you wish were in there, Louisiana happens.
Sure. Wow, now you're just giving our fans homework. That's weird.
Yeah.
So that's the song Brown Bananas. Please tell all your family about this very, very important song about brown bananas. Share it with everyone you know. That's our last Garbage Song music video of the season. Today is our last stream, but our plan is not to make Garbage Songs go away because it's too much fun, and I think we have a lot to a lot of ways that we can grow and even make it better. But our plan is to sort of shut down Garbage Songs for the next few weeks because we got to go into holiday mode. We go into the Christmas zone every year here at Shmo Yoho headquarters. And if you've been a fan for more than a couple of years, you know that we put out weird Home Alone songifications or just covers of our own Christmas songs. This year, we put out a whole Christmas album, and it comes out officially tomorrow.
A whole album.
Yeah, you can go pre-order it right now or just get it tomorrow. It's called Sleigh Ride Fireside.
There'll be physical copies.
Yeah, just buy it and give it to your mom, and she'll thank you.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. If you're one of our patrons, you're going to get it for free because you already support us, which is awesome. You can order physical copies online already. We're shipping them out later this week. We're going to sign all the copies that we ship out this week, so that's really fun. And you look it up on Bandcamp. If you look up the Gregory Brothers on Bandcamp, you'll find our cool holiday records.
And it'll be at your streaming side of choice if you just want to tell your robot overlord at home, like, hey, Alexa, play that song by the Gregory Brothers, whether it's Rudolph or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that, and we'll be coming back with some more songifications before the year is over. So keep the suggestions on the Songify front coming. So now we better get into garbage song number 1. Now, I've been seeing in the comments, I've got to pay respects to Stan Lee. He's just passed away. It's a huge influence on all our lives. I'm sure your life. I read so many of those like original Spider-Man comics.
Sure.
Like probably at least like the first 100 or maybe the first 150. And like grew up on Spider-Man.
Michael, it's older than you think.
Yeah.
I love this trend.
Born in 1945.
I love this trend of people just flying into the chat with RIPs so that in the future, when we bring Garbage Songs back in the spring, it could just, the whole stream could just be in memoriam. And we're just talking about those who've gone before the whole time. That'll be the most popular.
Those who left us.
Yeah, that'll be the most popular comment every time.
But yeah, you know, it's funny how these things started as these, you know, renegade. I mean, comics weren't completely renegade. Lots of people read them, but now they're like literally the most popular things in the U.S. or in the world. They're crazy blockbusters. And I've seen a lot of people say, press F for respects. That's one of my favorite.
F for respects.
Do you guys know the F for respects? I think it's from Call of Duty, right? It was like this really weird scene where you're at a funeral, but then it says like press F for respects or X if you're on a different console. It's just like really weird to be like at a military funeral. You're like, press F to like comfort the widow.
Right, otherwise you might lose this funeral.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
Sitting there,
Can you lose the game? Let us know. Can you lose the game right there if you start pressing like the circle button?
I love to gamify my funerals.
Yeah, I love to think of my funerals as a game. Lower the casket slowly into the ground.
There's got to be some weird indie game on Steam, right? It's just like funeral director.
There must be.
Sure.
Arcade game or something.
They gotta have surgeon, funeral director.
But I do like the idea of like gamifying like things that shouldn't be gamified, or it's just kind of weird and awkward. Whether that's a funeral or like what other scenario would that include?
Funerals are awkward. There's definitely a way to win them or lose them. You can do things at funerals that make you a loser.
I like that idea. Look at this goat, which is like before you go to the funeral, you have to make sure to equip your correct hat. You can't show up in your ball cap. You got to put on your like top hat.
Well, what about being in these scenarios where you know how when you're in a game and like you're new at the game, so your controls are inverted or you press the wrong button, but it's hilarious to think of you doing that in real life. Like, oh, I'm on the battlefield and I'm accidentally just spinning around and looking at the ground. But think about that instead of being in a war zone, being at a funeral.
Yeah.
and suddenly you press circle instead of X, and you stand up and like shout, and then it just ruins everybody's day.
Right. You thought you were hitting quiet, but instead you thought you were hitting quiet respect, but you hit loud respect.
Yes.
I love you.
You thought you were hitting quietly weep, but instead you quit like stand up and punch somebody like you're in GTA.
You stood up in the pew and yelled, "I respect you," and then hit somebody. Oh, sorry, my control's inverted.
Yeah. I forgot to switch to Southpaw. Funerals are not a game. Well, Mark Molina, you have not played Call of Duty. You gotta play Call of Duty.
You're right,
funerals
Mark
are
Molina.
a game.
I forgot there for a minute that funerals were not a game. Thank you for bringing us back to reality. So we were getting into dangerous territory there.
We do gotta stay grounded.
Should we do an inverted control song? Is that even a suggestion, or is that just our talking to ourselves?
I think that fits into the whole thing. Your controls are inverted, and then you punch your mom or something.
It fits
I
in
don't
with
wanna get into,
it
like-
fits in with F for respect.
F for respect.
There I was at a funeral again. Everybody's dying.
Everybody's dying, oh yeah, 'cause everybody's dying, oh yeah. Just trying to keep the flow going.
Sorry.
When one band member starts laughing uncontrollably, you gotta keep it going.
Just saying the words funeral again really set me.
Everybody's dying, ooh.
Then I stood up in my pew and started a dance party. And I won the funeral. Oh yeah, ooh, I won the funeral, yeah. Very next day I was at the grocery store. Oh yeah. And I started dancing on the produce section, and I made a huge mess. Ironically, the same thing that had won me the funeral the day before made me a huge loser, and I got kicked out of the store. I lost the grocery store. Oh yeah, I lost the grocery store. Oh yeah. Well, I was at another funeral because everyone keeps on dying. I was sitting there trying to think of what to do. I'm not gonna be lying to you in this song. No, I'm gonna be on the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I got to the last boss. I knew I was supposed to press F to pay respects. Press F to pay respects. Press F to pay respects. But instead I pressed D. Oh no! And I shouted obscenities about sex. I was supposed to press F to pay respects. Instead I pressed D. Instead I pressed D. And I shouted obscenities. Keep the rhymes coming, by the way. If you think of rhymes about pressing F for respect or doing terrible things and awkward scenarios, let us know.
What's something, guys, that rhymes with list? What's a place? Like a place you could lose that rhymes with list.
A place you could lose?
Yeah, like a grocery store.
At the pharmacist.
Okay.
Good one.
Bring it home, Andrew.
'Cause the same thing that puts you on the funeral honor roll. At the pharmacist, it's gonna put you on the shit list.
Wow.
The same thing that puts you on the funeral honor roll. Puts you on the pharmacist shit list. Ooh, press F for respect. Press F for respect.
You take the low one.
Press F for respect. Press F.
Oh, wait. I want to take it one more step logical step. Oh, I was in class and I was listening to this lecture. I knew I was supposed to pay F for respect.
Oh no.
To my professor. So that's exactly what I did. I pressed F for respect. But I didn't know in this game, pressing F made me take a piss on the floor.
Oh no, different
on the
game.
desk. Press F for respect. Press F for respect. So now you gotta press F for my academic career.
Wow.
That took some turns.
Yeah.
Thanks for the suggestions. That is really like.
We reversed the controls. We switched games.
We switched games.
If we make that into a song, a real song, when we come back with garbage songs, we gotta say pissed on the desk, though. It's perfect.
You're right.
Pissed on the desk until my teacher killed me to death. Thanks for death. Kiss, love, 7. Yow.
We didn't really talk about this beforehand, but are you suggesting that we should take a vote at the end of this stream and just put it in our pocket to premiere season 2 in January, February, something like that?
Maybe
Well,
we
we
don't.
might
Maybe
as
we
well
don't take a
vote.
vote. This time.
We'll reserve that right. You guys tell
Maybe
us
we don't
if
even
we
take a
have a
vote. Maybe we
song
just pick our
worthy.
fave.
We could even have who knows if we even have a song worthy in this whole stream. We might just have to start anew.
Yeah. By not being under pressure, because we don't have one to put out next week, is it going to make us better at improvising songs or much worse?
Maybe worse.
I'm not sure. Although the first one went pretty well.
I just
By
want to
the
say
way-
thanks to Karma for hitting us with that super chat. She lit up the bubble maker and the disco lights. Anybody that drops a super chat is actually putting physical things into our space through the magic of internet tubes. When you super chat us, bubbles shoot over here onto our instruments. I'm at risk of being electrocuted if the soap bubbles get into the potentiometers of my synthesizer here.
Evan will be nerfed.
Yep, and disco lights also turn on over there. So
I'm at risk of being blinded.
Yeah, that's true. The disco lights are deadly. You're probably more at risk than me.
That's proof that the internet is a series of tubes because that tube is full of bubble solution.
Yeah.
Just shooting out into people.
Every time you hit that button, a bubble
Now-
flies into my eye.
Karma had a great suggestion that was, how about a song about singing the wrong words?
Wow.
Karma also had a suggestion that I think is absolutely correct, which is that
To refer to her as a him because he's a
it's
him.
not a she. Yeah,
Good to
great
know.
suggestion.
Sorry about that.
Great suggestion.
Apologies. But I like...
Honestly, I was projecting actually because the only person I've ever known named Karma, and you probably just chose that as a nickname, but the only, like Karma is Bay is your name. Like I get it. But the only person I've ever known named Karma was a woman who is the mother of Andrew's ex-girlfriend. So that's
true.
why I was projecting
Wow.
that onto Karma is Bay, who is a guy. So I take back everything we said. Let's get into our second garbage song, you guys.
Well,
The
now,
bubbles
what
be
if you're-
flying.
What if you're singing the wrong words to, like, the Star Spangled Banner or something?
Okay.
Or, like,
Yeah,
in a
singing
very...
the
I
wrong-
mean, it's similar to the press F
I
concept,
will
I guess.
say
But
we
like,
did that last week with Jingle Bells. We did the wrong words to Jingle Bells. I feel like honestly that was just blasted in the vote. It got like 3% of the vote. People
Everyone
did not
hated
like it.
Jingle. Well, it was Jingle
People
Bells
hated
Part
it.
2.
Crushed.
Everyone
Yeah.
hated it. But I
Jingle
would
Bells
say,
is sequel.
I think the suggestion here is not just sing a song wrong, but sing a song about singing the wrong words.
Wow.
That's very meta. It sounds very difficult to do. I'm not sure that we could even do it. I'm not sure it's possible.
And it's too philosophical, I think, to do on the fly. I think I saw a suggestion about green bananas, and I'm just going to say, like, I've thought about bananas enough this week already.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was talking
Chill
about
out.
this just before the stream. I'm actually physically sick right now because I haven't eaten any meal and I just ate 5 bananas while I was editing the banana video,
Yeah.
which we just shot. So we're sitting on it, as you might imagine. We have an enormous pile of bananas, but we should have brought them into the stream. We have probably 30 bananas in the back. I ate 5 of them, and I don't feel so great.
I was
Now-
once on the street when I was approached by a homeless bum, and my friend offered to give him a bunch of bananas, and the homeless bum refused them. And the homeless bum was like, "No, those could make me sick with potassium poisoning," which is kind of like
on, you gotta eat a lot of bananas,
The troubled thinking that a homeless person might have. And my friend was like, "Hey, I have a friend who ate 100 bananas in a week, and he was fine." The homeless man still refused to eat the bananas. A year later, I met that guy that ate the 100 bananas, and I was like, "Oh, so Gabriel told me you were totally fine at the end of it." And he was like, "Oh no, I was ill. I should not have done it. I was
100.
dizzy, like I couldn't stand up, but I just like made this promise to myself I was going to eat 100 bananas." So I finished it, but I really shouldn't have. So, Evan, don't keep eating bananas this week.
Unless you're playing a tennis match. I hear they're all the rage for the Serena Williamses and Roger Federers of the world. They keep you nimble, keep you stretched. All right, so we got, thanks, David. Song about learning Espanol.
I love this idea.
Gracias muchos.
Song about learning Spanish. We need help from all of our Spanish-speaking fans to rhyme Spanish words.
I'm not sure I speak enough Spanish to talk about even learning Spanish.
Yeah, you're in too much of a hole to rhyme Espanol.
If anything, my song would be about like, why didn't I learn Spanish? That was really dumb. I learned French instead, and now I live in a city that like 20% of the population speaks Spanish. It doesn't rhyme, but
Maybe you thought you'd end up in Montreal. You never know.
a song about vaping, a Black Friday song. Now, Michael, would you, at some point in the stream, you should play your new Christmas classic that's on our Christmas album we're putting out tomorrow. You should play Cold as Hell for everyone. Even though it's not an improvised song, I feel like that's acceptable since our Christmas album is coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
And also because we get to decide what we want to
Do
do.
a little taste after we switch later.
Yeah, so we'll play that for you, Glenjamin. It is basically the ultimate Black Friday song.
True. Yeah, we might even release it on Black Friday.
That's the dream.
So stay tuned. Come back to youtube.com/songify. We'll have something up.
I see a suggestion for PewDiePie T-Series, a song about how everyone forgets about Thanksgiving and just wants Christmas to come around. A Seagull Ate My Wife.
Okay.
That, I love that.
That's intriguing.
Is that true?
I saw that one fly by. Seagull.
I'm sorry to hear
A
it.
seagull ate my wife.
I'm going to press F immediately.
Yeah. Let's give it a whirl. I think just something that strikes us is like the best idea to just get into it.
Yeah, and remember to play, to press F to pay respects to our wife.
To our wife who's
that
dead.
was eaten by a seagull.
Like the minor key choice. It's good.
Not sure where I'm going to go with this progression here. Let's see what happens.
Just take it where your feeling lies. Take it where your heart wants to go.
It was supposed to be a day on the beach.
And it was.
Beautiful sunshine, waves just out of reach. But why did I bring Diana, my sweet?
Are you playing for a banana rhyme?
That was just.
No, I'll stop
it was
interrupting your song.
just first name I thought of. This is what my wife in this song is named by Diana. But why did I bring Diana, my sweet? I had crafted her out of bread, but not the kind you eat. See where I'm going with this? And as we lay there on our towels, Diana let out a horrible howl because the seagull was nibbling on her leg. Yes, the seagull was nibbling on her leg. Within the hour, she'd be dead, and I was left to hold her pastry head.
Oh, I should have never dated a piece of bread, 'cause now she was verifiably dead. So I held her carbohydrate head, and this is what I said. Oh, F for respect. Press F. I'm gonna press F for respect. Press F for respect. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have bled this first song into the second song. This is gonna be like South Park or something, or just any TV show where like things are like affect the world. And by song 4, all 4 songs are gonna be in it.
It's gonna be one messed up song.
One messed up song.
Okay.
Then what happened, Andrew?
Yeah. Take us to the next verse.
You go back to A? Yeah. Why didn't I pack my beach Alka-Seltzer?
Keep the rhymes coming.
I could have shoved it in that seagull's mouth and he would have exploded helter-skelter. Instead, it's all too late. that seagull 'cause he ate.
That seagull ate my wife. Oh, they took away her only life. I thought that it was curious that the seagull had a knife. Maybe it was a person in a seagull costume, and he caused me so much strife by killing my wife made of bread. My wife made of bread. Can't believe she's dead. I'm pressing F for respect. We should hit at least one more chorus, right?
Yeah.
You want to lead us in the last one?
Another chorus?
Yeah, whatever that is.
What else happened to Diane, who's made from bread, or the seagull?
I think it caused a great day of digestion for the seagull and a healthy exercise that night.
Wow.
Lots of energy to burn.
Or it could be like a thing where like the seagull flew away, and as he did, as like a final insult to you, he crapped your own wife on your face.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean.
He pressed D.
He pressed D for he pressed D
For disrespect.
for sure.
Yeah.
Press D, guys, to disrespect Evan's bread wife.
Wow.
There I sat, my head in my hands, little bits of Diane spread all over the sand. And as he flew away, leaving this cursed place, that seagull took a giant Diane dump on my face.
Oh, no.
The seagull killed my wife. Oh, the seagull took away her life. The seagull killed my wife. The seagull took away her life. Goodbye, Diane. One thing we didn't really get into that I felt like I was going to delve into when I started the first verse.
If it was legal for you to be married to Diane?
Well, is the backstory about why I saw it necessary to sculpt a bread wife. We didn't really get into the construction of Diane, but it's definitely a missed opportunity to not rhyme seagull with legal. I saw that in the chat a couple times. Thank you guys so much. But I was turning it over in my head, and I couldn't get to, like, what is the legal battle I'm really going to get into with this seagull. I got too nervous, but thank you. That's exactly the kind of thing that we need from you guys. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, we used a few of them.
And press F for respect for Diane.
Yeah.
Karma, I saw a request from Karma in the super chat, and Karma is our super chatter that turned on the karaoke light for that song. If you super chat us, the karaoke light will turn back on and burn red lights into our corneas. We've gotten this request probably more than anything else, which is for Stanley Memorial. But honestly, I think we're too sad about it, and our songs tend to be funny. So I feel like
we
it would
did
be
the press F. So that's
I feel like
it would be disrespecting Stanley, who I truly do admire.
I feel like it's a challenge. I don't mean to contradict you, but I feel like everyone is saying R.I.P. Stan Lee. On the one hand, I don't want garbage songs to just be a reaction to whatever current event is happening. But I wanted to at least acknowledge that is like the bulk of the requests. Surely there's a way for us to do it that's not just pressing D on Stan Lee.
So how about the angle of
I knew
Stan Lee is
what we need is an angle from you guys, not just like R.I.P. Otherwise, every week it'd be R.I.P. David Bowie, R.I.P. Prince, or whatever. You
know how he's famously done cameos in dozens of Marvel movies, maybe even back to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember Stan Lee had a cameo in The Birds. He had a cameo in Psycho.
Yeah, he had a cameo in Citizen Kane. in It's a Wonderful Life and Sound of Music. So what if the angle was Stan Lee just keeps popping up in cameos in your life and you can't escape him?
Like Stan Lee. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just anybody popping up in cameos. Yeah, and that's anybody can pop in a cameo, but the whole concept is inspired by Stan Lee, and in that sense, we could do him honor.
They have some good ideas, like Stan Lee. Superpower is cameos.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's good. That the man who invented all these superpowers had a superpower himself. It was cameos.
Which is pretty much like a kind of teleportation of just like projecting yourself through space to another place. You're just beaming wherever you need to be to make a cameo.
All of a sudden you're driving a school bus with high school Peter Parker in it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And then you're a librarian.
Okay, well, I'll stay on the piano for one, and then let's switch after this.
The thing I thought that was kind of uncreative about his cameos, though, is for some reason he always played an old man.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess if you teleport, why not just teleport into some younger skin? Is that what you're saying?
They should have given him some other roles, is all I'm saying.
It's hard for me to decide what my favorite cameo was. Let us know if you have a favorite particular one. I think for me it might be in Amazing Spider-Man, the one with Andrew Garfield, when the lizard like busts in the library and he's like listening on headphones. And it's just this really long, it's a really cool long shot where there's a fight right behind him. So let us know what cameo ideas you have, whether they actually happened or whether they're just fictional. We can.
And honestly, I can't think of a single word that rhymes with cameo, so please light that up.
Yeah, light that up. Gotta get some rhymes on that.
It was the happiest day of my life. I had just married my wife when I turned around and looked out at the church. Who was that in the very back row? For a second I thought it couldn't be him, but when I looked closer it definitely was. It was a Stan Lee cameo. It was a superpower. Cameos. How did he appear? In that very last row? I had actually sent him an invitation, but it got returned in the mail. How did he make his cameo? It's a cameo. A super cameo. Cameo in my pantyhose. It doesn't make sense, but it rhymes. I like to rhyme all the time. I'm not lying. Doesn't make sense, but it rhymes, and I like to rhyme all the time. Oh yeah.
Well, I had known this girl for a couple of weeks, ooh, and we really hit it up. It was time to get between the sheets, between the sheets. We were kissing, we were rubbing, getting hands and rubbing, and then I rolled over, and while we were getting intimate and hugging, oh no, I saw it was a Stan Lee cameo. Oh no, I just saw a cameo. Oh no, when I took off that girl's pantyhose, it was a very ill-timed Stan Lee cameo, but equally super. It was a superpower. He was supposed to be teleporting to save a child in Spider-Man while Spider-Man was occupied and couldn't save the child, but instead he teleported into my bed. No. I'd saved up for years and I finally had enough money to buy a home of my own. I was so happy when the realtor gave me the keys.
walked into the kitchen, cracked a beer, walked out on my patio, looked over at my neighbor. Oh my God, another Stanley cameo.
Whoa!
It was an unexpected cameo. Thanks to the rhyme, patio guy. He was there on my brand new patio. Stanley, neighbor, I never want you to go. Just stand over there on the other side of the fence, like that guy from Home Improvement.
Yeah. Ooh. A cameo.
I was an aspiring serial killer, and I finally found my first victim, an unsuspecting dude at the supermarket. I was gonna finally be a full-fledged psycho, but I was prevented by a Stanley cameo. He summoned all of his superheroes with his superpowered cameo, and they killed me. I died in a Stanley cameo. I was bashed to death by 6 different superheroes.
He was a good guy to the end.
It's a cameo. He sounds like Captain Planet. He's like bringing all the superheroes together. A cameo.
You ever notice that whenever he shows up in movies, there are superheroes around?
Cameo.
Cause if you really wanna commit a murder, you don't wanna be in the same cinematic universe as a Stanley cameo. Murder and universe just didn't rhyme quite as much as I wanted it to.
Murder.
Murder.
If you want to commit
universe.
murders.
Well, we'll work on that. If we
You gotta swing
revise
for
it,
the
we'll work on it.
fences, you know? Swing for the fences.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hit a
Yeah.
foul ball. You never know.
111 Yeager S. Thanks so much for the 69. I think they're rubles. That's cool. I don't know how much a ruble is, but that's what turned on the bubble machine. That's what turned on the
As far as
creative.
shout out
rubles
to
are
Russia,
concerned,
if
it's
you
definitely
got
the right
the
number
rubles.
of rubles
Yeah.
if you're picking up what I'm putting
Spasiba.
down.
Shout out from, spasiba. Shout out from across the ocean.
Yeah, spasiba.
And yeah, again,
Spokojnie Noichi.
respect to Stan Lee. Well, we still have all of his stories. That's the good thing.
Yeah, Thomas Graves
these
said
characters.
Marvel Universe is bad for crime. He's got a great point, but on the other side of that coin, Marvel Universe is great for crime.
Gotta create some more crime.
Where else do you have supervillains running whole
I
syndicates?
mean, if I wanted to commit crimes, no question I would go to the DC universe. No question I would be like,
You're right, it's dark
Gotham
over
is
there.
like messed up.
it's dark over there.
Like in the Marvel universe, these criminals are coming from different dimensions.
That's true.
Like the universe is fine, and then like, whoa, it's Loki. Whoa, it's Thanos. Well, they came from like millions of miles away. Gotham, it's like, why do you live here?
Just move, bro.
Do other planets have this same problem with Loki and Thanos just flying in and harassing them? Earth
I
is
think
this
so.
hotbed
Yeah,
of
'cause
portal
in
activity.
the movie Thor, they go and like try to annihilate that whole species. It's messed up. I don't know if you guys.
The Frost people?
Yeah, the Frost people.
That's like their next door neighbors, though. It's sort of like Hatfield McCoy type stuff.
I see.
Just like grass is greener. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys played Spider-Man PS4. It was incredible, but man, New York City is a war zone in that game. Like there's constantly just something exploding.
And it's just, I don't know if it's good or bad news that the myth of New York City as being incredibly unsafe is good for us. We live here in New York City, and I still have friends who visit me that are like, is it safe to go out at night?
Yeah, can I
And
go
it's
to
like,
Central Park?
Yeah, it's been safe to go out at night since like 1996, maybe. But there's just the myth of it in like video games and like a variety of Law and Orders.
And
is just
people's
like,
moms convincing them to not move.
yeah.
It has made them think it is still not. It's one of the safest big cities in the world.
You want to pop off a little bit of Cold as Hell, Michael?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. And then I'll swap.
And then it'll be time for the fourth garbage song.
So, yeah, keep the suggestions coming for our final garbage song of the week.
Now, Cold as Hell is one of the only holiday songs, one of the only Christmas songs in the universe that has bad words in it. And that's why we had to put it on our explicit version of our Christmas album, which you can only get digitally right now on Bandcamp. We might have the link on this stream description. I'm not sure. But Michael's going to give you a taste of his very famous Christmas song.
As far as we know, the
Cold
only
as Hell.
explicit Christmas song ever written.
Sure.
So, yeah, we're going to shoot that video actually tomorrow, and we'll try to have it out next week, like right after Thanksgiving. So come back in. The idea of this song is, we all know that this time of year, at least in New York, now it's below freezing. It's getting cold, and it's the time to be very sad. We just lost all our daylight. We suddenly got to, like, put on clothes when we leave the house. So it's very sad, and you, like, suddenly don't want to do anything. You're like, I'm staying in. But you got to be happy when it gets cold, because that means you're about to be filled, hopefully, with holiday cheer. And that is the idea of the song. I'm not going to play the intro. I'm going to save that for you to hear on the recording. But the song goes something like this. Oh, you know that Christmas is coming round when it's cold as hell. And you know that Santa's coming to town when it starts to get cold as hell. We're freezing our asses off around the nation. At least there's one big consolation. We're about to smother each other with gifts, but that don't change that it's cold as shit. Oh,
You know that Frosty's coming to town?
you know that Frosty's coming to life when it's cold as hell. And someone's about to die outside of Best Buy when it starts to get cold as hell. Oh, we're freezing our asses off around the world. All the cold-ass boys and the hypothermic girls. Get ready for 100 renditions of Jingle Bells. Oh, when it's cold as hell. So long ago.
Okay, save the
That's the
bridge
idea.
for the record, guys. Go pick it up.
But you got to hear the super harmony version with all of us and also Sarah, and we've got a little band with us.
You'll be very happy you did when you pick up our brand new Christmas record, only 12 years in the making. It's called Sleigh Ride Fireside.
Yeah. And I wrote this song and we have a couple other songs that we wrote like this, kind of for those of you who like love that classic Christmas vibe.
Classic Christmas.
There are a few vibes on the record, like there's like some that are more soulful, some that are just really chill. That's the Fireside.
But if you need to give a copy to someone like your mom, don't get the explicit version, just get the CD version and give it to her on Christmas morning. And
then
there's
she
no F
won't
words
Yeah,
on that CD.
The CD, the vinyl, they're the perfect stocking stuffer for grandmoms, for granddads, for great aunts. If you want to jam out to the F-bomb in a Christmas song,
You get it on your iPod.
get the deluxe explicit
But if you need to spin it in the living room, that's why we made the physical version different.
Yeah.
So and there's 2 digital versions too. And some people are asking, yes, tomorrow it'll be on iTunes, it'll be on Spotify, it'll be on all that stuff. You can pre-order it now on Bandcamp, both physical and digital. And to be honest, if you pre-order it on Bandcamp, we get a little bit more money. But I know a lot of people like Spotify. It'll be on Spotify too.
So what else can we say before we wrap up Garbage Songs? Look forward to a couple songifications we have coming your way in the next couple weeks. Some really exciting stuff. And also some Christmas-related content, as they say in the biz. We're really excited about this Christmas album, so we are going to make a music video for Cold as Hell that is going to light up your notifications in just a couple weeks. But I think we should get into our 4th and final Garbage Songs, and then we'll just take a vote just for the fart of it to see which one you guys like best. What songs do we have so far
Press F.
today, right? Press F for Respect.
Wrong game.
That's the first one. Number 2 was A Seagull Ate My Wife. Number 3 was
Stanley, Cameo Hero.
Stan Lee, Cameo Hero. Number 4 is gonna be what? Let's see. Great Ants. Cool. When you
Stupid
guys
and
became
weird trends. Let's see. Could you DJ the vinyl version? Oh, that's not a suggestion.
Left Brother is on meth. I think they're referring to Andrew. Yeah.
It might be me. I'm on the left.
Yeah. Well, you're on my left, but on their left is Andrew.
Joke's on you. We're both on meth.
Yeah.
Microwave food. Jesus working at the Subway. Song about ants becoming really big. Kind of like the sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
terrifying. Millennial
becoming big.
monopoly controversy.
What is that controversy?
What's the controversy about Millennial Monopoly? I've never heard of this. Songs about giving thanks. Okay, very timely. Coming up on Thanksgiving here in the U.S.
TikTok, like the app TikTok.
What was the best dinosaur?
What was the best dinosaur?
The eternal question.
That is a good question. That one really gets me thinking about. Okay, what would be the best dinosaur? Everyone's got one going for it. That's one amazing thing about dinosaurs is how did they all get so different? Why wasn't it just a bunch of brontosauruses, walking around?
Posh Pig, I'm curious. Are you talking about Jesus working in like a Subway restaurant as a sandwich artist? Or are you talking about them being like a conductor on the New York City subway system?
Maybe both
Yeah,
at the
that's a
same
good
time.
question. And common confusion around here in New York.
A song about someone who doesn't like pizza, dictionary words that are dumb. Wow, that's a lot of possible words. So we got some good suggestions here. What are you feeling? The person that doesn't like pizza, that's really sacrilegious thing. It's a sacrilegious belief to have that pizza's bad.
Yeah.
Or you want to go with the dinosaur angle? Are you feeling inspiration?
Yeah, those are both good. I feel like it's so hard to get into the mind of someone who doesn't like pizza that we would probably just have to write them as a psychopath. Like they'd be doing all sorts of other vicious things and incomprehensible things. The dinosaur one is complicated, but might be just worth trying because it's different. In terms of rating the best dinosaur.
Lonely macaroni, pineapple on pizza, magical dinners, which kind of ties into Glenjamin's microwave dinners thing. Detective Pikachu, it'd be difficult for me. I know very little about Pokemon.
Worst month of the year. This is like kind of along the dinosaur vibe.
Yeah, what if the song was about like, please put me through the detective Pokemon filter? Like, can't I look that much better too?
Through the Pokemon filter?
Yeah, have you seen the new stills of the Detective Pikachu movie?
Yeah.
He just looks so much better than he does in photos.
Who's
like-
playing Pikachu? Is it Idris Elba? Somebody incredible.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Ryan
he's like the
Reynolds.
white Idris Elba.
Ooh, a song about being chosen last when forming sports teams at school. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. That's tough.
All right, well, let's make a move.
Saturday summers, when I was a kid, we'd go to the schoolyard, and here's what we did. We'd pick out the captains, we'd choose up the teams. I was always last, and you know what that means. Looking at the teams, they said you're not one of us because you're a Stegosaurus. That's why they couldn't pick me.
Didn't have opposable thumbs. You cannot catch anything.
On our team, a Stegosaurus just wouldn't have a purpose. You'd get called for too many fouls when you knocked little kids down. You didn't have opposable thumbs, and also you're relatively dumb because our primate brains are better and more developed and better at catching. That's all I got to say about that. I'm sorry for your feelings of rejection, and I'm sorry for my vocal inflection. Oh.
I would try to argue in my favor. I'd say, look at these plates on my back. They can air condition my whole body. They said that's not really relevant to baseball, but it's pretty cool, I guess. Get out of here.
Well, I didn't pick the dinosaur, and now I feel dumb because He's on the other team, beating me to a pulp because he's playing linebacker. I should have remembered that size and strength is quite useful, but I was too obtuseful. Press F for respects. Press F for respects. Press F for respect, because my team went down the toilet. Press F for respect. Press F for respect. Didn't pick the triceratops. No, that's not the name, but I cheated for the rhyme. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Press F for respect.
Oh, guys, we're just scratching the surface on that one. I think I saw a couple rhymes kind of pass us by that the Stegosaurus got picked before us.
Yeah, I was really trying to work on that, but I was confused because I didn't know how to like.
And if we had switched sports into football, there, like Michael was sort of hinting at, you know, armor, trying to tackle someone with armor plating can be really frustrating.
The one Stegosaurus would be, you could use him as the entire offensive or defensive line.
Sure.
You know, then have your other 10 players spread out across the field. It'd be impossible to defend, especially because if you were using it on offense, the defense wouldn't be able to see what the offense was doing behind the Stegosaurus. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows which side the guy's going to run out of?
It's like you're playing with two teams against one right there. We've got to head out, but thank you for coming and giving us 4 perfect suggestions for 4 garbage songs that we somehow managed to sneak Press F into all of.
Wow.
I don't know how we managed to do it.
Yeah.
Through line.
It was hard. It was really hard to say the phrase press F for respect, but it happened. It really did.
I'm embarrassed. I admit I didn't even know about that meme before today, but you know now I'm just going to say it in basically every conversation I have.
You got to go look at the origin. So everybody go press F for the voting and vote on your favorite.
Yeah, vote on your
or don't. Today is the last garbage song. I don't think we even bothered to set up a poll. So just put it in the comments, and we'll come back and check it out.
If you like song number 1, press F.
Press F.
If you like song number 2, press F.
Press F.
If you like song number 3, press F.
Just press F for respect.
And if you like song number 4, press
F. Okay, so then we'll come back with garbage songs sometime in 2019, and we'll bring it back to you. For now, this is our last garbage song stream before we get into the holiday zone. Michael, let's take it out with a song.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Who's garbage songs? Whoa, yeah, yeah. It's garbage songs. Oh, it's garbage songs. You kick it off and help out with the words, and we'll make the worst songs that you've ever heard. It's garbage songs. Yeah, 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 yeah. Garbage, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.